Namaste. This is JVN Dr. Vishal Saxena, Associate Professor in Mathematics in Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today we are going to discuss on the module Oddoment Methods. This module, this session is a part of the course Operation Research and under the program of BBA 6th semester and BBA LLB 6th semester of the university. This Operation Research subject, this course of Operation Research is a very important subject and just it deals with the various applications in the different fields and that's why it is included in almost various courses or we can say every course of the universities at UG or the PG level, and this subject just finds the applications in almost every field because this subject just provides the best decision option for the favorable or the unfavorable conditions. Operation Research subject consists of various methods and various models and for the different applications, for example game theory, decision theory, linear programming problems, replacement theory and assignment problem, transportation problems and many more. The today's session is about the Oddoment method, and this method is a solution method for a game in the model of game theory, and this game theory is a model of the Operation Research. Game theory just deals the phenomena to solve a game or it deals with the game for the game between the two or the more players with the set rules or the predefined rules. So game is a very important model is a very important model. It is applicable for the various kind of applications just like economics and the banking sector and the various other fields like where the competitive nature of the field is required there, and the means the best option is required to is required there to find out or that's why this game theory is an important model, and Oddoment method is a very important solution procedure for the game theory. In the Oddoment method, what is first required? The Oddoment method. In the Oddoment method, first we will find out the differences or the absolute differences for the elements for a row and a column. So when we find the absolute difference for the first row, then we have to write this absolute difference just in front of the second row, and when we will find the absolute difference for the elements for the second row, then we have to write it for in the next to the first row, and that is similar procedure for the columns. And then we have to find we have to just use the formula to find the value of the game, and in that way the Oddoment method is applicable. And now we will just take some slides which just demonstrate the examples and the other just mathematical concept tables to explain this Oddoment method with clearance. So we are going to share some slides and here this method is explained that just we have explained this procedure of Oddoment method, and it is applicable for the 2 into 2 matrix, and what are the steps of this method. So first step is that just taking absolute difference of the rows and the columns and second is the interchange each of the pairs of subtracted number of found in the step 1. So that means the difference which is coming, the absolute difference, just we have to write in the alternative row or the column. Next, third step is that put each of the interchanged number over the sum of the pairs of number. And step 4 is value of the game. The value of the game can be determined by the formula as well. So this is the method, and now we take one example to explain this method with clearance. And now we can see, just consider the following payoff matrix with respect to player A and solve it optimally. So here this is the just game, and there are two players A and B, and now we have to find the solution for this game. If a game has no saddle point, then the game is said to be have mixed strategy, and this Oddoment method is applicable for the mixed strategy game also. So just how can we find it? First we will check whether the saddle point will exist or not, and for this we take the row minimum values and the column maximum values for this game. So the row minimum values in this game are 9 and 5. So we can see 9 and 5 are the row minimum values, while the column maximum values in this game are 9 and 11. So these are the column maximum values, and next we have to find the minimax value and the maximum values. By the concept of minimax and the maximum values from the rows and the columns. So minimax means it is the minimum value from the maximum column values, while the maximum values can be determined by the maximum value by taking the maximum value from the minimum values from the row minimum values. Because the row minimum values are here 9 and 5, and therefore the maximum value is there, it is 7. 7 is the maximum value, and here above the 9 is not the row minimum value, it is a 7, and 7 is the row minimum value, and therefore 7 is the maximum value, while the minimax value is there shown that 9 is the minimax value, we can see there. And now we have to just apply this process further, and we can see there what is maximum value 7, and the minimax value is there 9, and both are not same. The minimax value and the maximum value are not same, that's why the saddle point does not exist in this game. So saddle point is not existing in this game, and therefore we have to find out, just we can see there, just we will apply the method of the Oddoments, and how can we apply this method? Now we see that, so we come to the third step. Now take the 2 into 2 matrix and find out the Oddoments for both row and column. So now next we will find out our Oddoments by the usual procedure, that the first row difference is 9 minus 7, which is 2, and we have to write this 2 in front of the second row, and the difference of the elements in the second row is 11 minus 5, that is 6, or we can say 5 minus 11, it is minus 6, but we have to take its absolute value, and that is 6, and we have to write in the just in front of the first row. So 6 and 2 are the Oddoments for the player A, while for the player B Oddoments are 4 and 4, and we can just find out by the same way. The second column element difference is 4, and we have to write it in the just front of the first column, and the first column element difference is again 4 or minus 4, but we have to take only the absolute value, means only the positive value, and this 4 is to be written in the just in front of the second column. So in this way we have found the oddments, and we can see in the above figure. In the above figure, the probabilities will be written there like x for the first row and 1 minus x for the second strategy for the second row. Y for the first column means for the first strategy of player B, and 1 minus y for the second strategy for the player B. And now we have to apply the formula to find this value x. X means the probability for the first strategy for the player A, and the formula is given by A22 minus A21 upon A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21. So that is the formula, and just we have to put the values of all these respective terms like A11, A12, A21 and A22, and these are the notations, just clear notations as we can see, and usual notations always used in the matrix form: A11, A12, A21 and A22. So in this way the x can be obtained and it becomes here 3 upon 4, and therefore if x is equal to 3 upon 4, so that is the probability of for the strategy first for the player A. Therefore the value of 1 minus x will be 1 upon 4, and in the same way the probability y can be determined by this formula: A22 minus A12 upon A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21, and when we put the values so it becomes 1 upon 2, and therefore 1 minus y is equal to 1 upon 2, and in this way just we have found the values of x, y, and 1 minus x and 1 minus y. And next the value of the game is given by v is equal to, by a formula we can see that A11 into A22 minus A12 into A21 divided by A11 plus A22 minus A12 plus A21, and now we have to put their values of these respective terms, and it becomes 8. So in this way the value of the game can be obtained as it becomes 8, and this is called the Oddoment method. So Oddoment method is a procedure where just we have to find first the oddments, and then we have to find by finding the oddments, then we can apply the formula for finding of the probabilities, and then we can use the formula to find the value of the game. And this method is applicable in the conditions where for the miss strategy, that means the saddle point does not exist, and we can say that it is a good method and applicable for the 2 into 2 game. If the game is having the higher size, then it can be reduced by the use of the dominance rule, and can be solved by this Oddoment method. So that this is a good procedure for solving the game, and now students are advised to practice for the problems of this method. So take some questions, numerical questions to solve by this method, Oddoment method, and solve by also the graphical method, and check your answer and relate your answer. Along this, just students are also advised to take objective questions as well as the subjective questions for the examinations and for upcoming competitive examinations also. So practice for all kind of questions, and with this I conclude my today's session. Thank you.